I just had an epiphany through an act of love through my babies right here. And I was thinking, if you had to put a metaphor onto your life, and your whole life equaled one weekend, but you didn't know it, there was no time, and there was no constraint of time. So your life was likened to one weekend. What would you spend that weekend doing? Your memory is you're not going to die. Your life and your memory and all that you know will, you only have one weekend, but your body's going to live on. So what do you do with that last weekend and as likened to the rest of your life? Do you go out and party your ass off and make the rounds and say your last goodbye? What do you do? Or leave your family and go on rumspin or something like that, or sabbatical, or something like that? Or do you, knowing that you only have the weekend or the rest of your life, as it may be, do you make plans for what's going to happen to you and how you're going to affect other people come Monday, when you don't even know what's going on and you're no longer a asset, you're a liability, but you can't control it. You've done nothing wrong, neither has nobody else. What do you do with that weekend? What do you do with the rest of your life? Do you live for the here and now? I really don't know. Or do you plan for anything could happen? That's what I want to lean into. I'm going to go with, not that it's going to happen, but anything could happen. And how's it going to affect other people? I definitely don't want something to happen and me just be some kind of unknowing heavy burden on nobody or somebody or the state, or die that way. Those are my options. I think about that. So I'm talking myself through it as we speak. Think about this. It's a true story. No matter how you flip the coin, it is a true story. It's a question we must ask. What are you going to do with the weekend? What are you going to do with the rest of your life? That was it. Through the powers of love, through my babies right there. They usually don't get along, and I just wouldn't lean down into them and laid beside them and just squinted my eyes and smiled and said, oh, we, like that. And man, did they respond to that. Then they couldn't fight each other. All of a sudden, the whole vibe changed. And we got on the same vibe. And then this one right here is the one that you really can't even pick up or love on. She grabbed my arm very softly with no claws and drew into it when I went meow one time, and I blended that into we, like that, and it created such a vibe of peace. I was in control of that moment, or I was in vibe with that moment. That moment was in control of me. I don't know, whatever it was good. Because they're laying there on the bed, where this one over here is possessive. I've had her for 8 years, longer than that. Yeah, what's that? Whatever. But then she never knew trauma. This one's known a lot of trauma, and does not trust people. But she grabbed my arm and loved and trusted me in that moment, and I loved it. Thank you, Jesus, for giving me the wisdom to get in that vibe, to see what was going on, and that epiphany too. It never waits. Thank you, Jesus, your Lord.